On this episode of Attic Invaders,
Dweebs, geeks, and weirdos.
With the Halloween season upon us, it's time to get knee-deep in the dusty and crusty. Will they strike out or will they strike gold at the local community sale?
Another state, another attic.
They're the Attic Invaders, ready to make attics great again.
So Greco and Ed flew in for Retro Palooza weekend, and we still have one day to go until the convention. So what better way to kill some time than going to a community garage sale?
Everything's bigger in Texas, especially my ego. So hopefully the garage sales can compare.
Germany has good gas stations.
I got lucky a couple weeks ago when I got to rummage through someone's attic and basically buy out their entire childhood. Some people call it buying. I call it stealing.
Garage sailing?
Hi.
Garage sales are always hit or miss. I'm not sure if this is the best way we can spend our time here. Definitely if it's the first day you're in Texas, but it's in NARC's backyard, so why not?
Mostly it's just Halloween decoration looking at, but let's check out some garage sales.
What's that is?
No, I have no clue what the new ones are. But they are all open. Nintendo product right here.
So the first few garage sales we hit is really all the typical kid stuff that you usually see. No interest to us.
I'm not seeing anything that transforms, or that I want to make a move on, including your sister. Oh! You just got wrecked.
But there's two rules to garage selling. Hit them early and hit as many as you can. It's a numbers game.
The next garage we hit up seems to be in our bust, but there's a couple of VHS tapes dating back to the early 90s, and that's usually a good sign.
So as per usual, I'm the only smart one in the group. So I actually ask people if they have games or toys.
So all of a sudden this older dude comes down with a box of stuff.
Bring that in.
Cool.
And I take a look at it and it's a box of Nintendo consoles and games.
Cool, thank you.
How much would you want for the box? Oh.
$20?
$20? Yeah.
We can do that.
Sure.
Good, gone.
Yeah.
What are the odds, dude? I mean, $20. A couple hours ago, I was still in Europe, where I would need to do like 200 garage sales to even find this amount of games.
I was actually looking for an N64. So this is great for eBay.
Let's go home and refurbish it. Maybe. I know how to do it. Yeah.
That's a good.
I see a couple of things in here I really want. I really like the Gray Zapper. The Golden Majora's Mask is a pretty cool one. I mean, there's a ton of really great titles in this lot right here.
We got this entire box for $20.
Diddy Kong races in here.
You have more than one in there?
Yeah. Diddy Kong's racings.
Great finds, good games, but there's three of us, so we're gonna have to do a draft later. But let's see what else I got first. The guy actually pulls out some more stuff. He had a Rock Band set.
Guitar Hero?
Yeah,
it should be the
Oh, it's like the whole
set.
drum set.
Very cool. What is this? What system is it on? 360.
Some CDs, and some Batman dolls.
You're trying to oversell it there. We're just Barbie dolls dressed as Batman.
We ended up getting the Batman dolls for $5.
There you go. How much for the bag of money?
Welcome to Attic Invaders.
Right.
Where's Greco?
He's in the attic. We don't know. He got lost.
Textbook Attic Invaders. Have your other two pals distract the homeowners while the other one slips upstairs.
Another state, another attic. Becoming a regular thing.
I actually went up into the attic because it was easier checking the boxes before they came down. But I did send down some cards at least.
Next up, they bring us some Yu-Gi-Oh cards and some Magic the Gathering cards.
Tons.
How much did you do on these cards?
What'd you say?
Calculations for that stuff. I have no clue what
$10. Alrighty.
We ended up paying $20 for all of these cards, and we got the heck out of there.
$20 for those?
That was pretty fun, right?
Pick my nose, there you go.
Making addicts great again.
We bought so much stuff.
So Greco, how was addict invading?
That's fun.
Am I saying it right? Addict?
Attic, yeah. ATTIC.
ATTIC.
Yeah, no, it's fun. I think it's my second time in an attic now. Apparently this is going to become a regular thing.
It's a thing now.
Yeah, I got to hit up more yard sales. Too bad it's kind of the end of the season, at least where I am. But that was a lot of fun. People were pretty inviting. We found stuff.
2 complete systems, N64 and NES.
I didn't see like a controller.
I didn't see the controller.
Yeah, the controllers, but still, I mean, $20
overselling it.
like one of the Zeldas will probably just pay for that. So it was definitely good.
Is it Majora's Mask like a $40 game?
30.
Let me tell you, after finding a lot like that, you see garage sales in a whole different view. We actually went back to one of the garage sales we initially passed up because they didn't really show any potential.
Oh, this is way better. Way better. We're gonna sneak up on her. Give me your video game. Listen here. Listen here right now. All they had was a mirror and some furniture. And when you look like this, you already own plenty of mirrors.
The lady explains that she has a Nintendo and a Game Boy.
Soon it becomes apparent to us that the Nintendo she was talking about is actually a Genesis Model 2 and a couple games, which is also great.
Actually, I played Sonic, I guess, with my brother. It was always Tails.
Okay.
There you go. Tails was.
Are you the younger sibling? Or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tails is good though. Nice. Outrun seems nice. And it's a cardboard box copy. Usually Sega games are in plastic. I mean, honestly, there's nothing too
fancy.
rare or special.
So the games aren't too special, but there is a Sonic and Knuckles not for resale in there, and quite a bit of games. So we ended up settling on $25.
Then her mom starts talking about Mario Kart. And apparently she has an N64 at home that she needs to take a closer look at. I think we all know what that means.
At our house, Nintendo 64.
Yes,
That's like all I played.
This is so much fun, guys. We just picked up a Genesis lot, and I also picked up a Game Boy Color transparent edition with Tetris and Super Mario Land.
How much was that?
15
doll hairs?
doll hairs.
Yeah, there it is.
And it came with 2 dead AA batteries.
Yeah.
You don't see that very
Free. Free.
Ed shook her down, man. She's like, I really don't want to give this up. Like it's from my childhood. Please, sir, can you leave? And he just wouldn't do it.
You know, if you could get them to bring out the stuff, they're like 90% willing to sell it, you know. And we might even have a lead on N64, so
We should get pictures later on today.
Everywhere we go, we're finding this stuff. There's no stopping us. We hit up a couple more garage sales.
We do attics, basements, crawl spaces, storage units. We're like the Bubba Gump shrimp of hunting.
Are you guys gamers or resell this stuff?
We're collectors, yeah.
yeah.
It works, obviously. We just moved and she just doesn't use it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, the Wii U is the one I kind of skipped that one.
Oh, it's awesome. It's
Is it?
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Better Wii U than Wii Me. What the f*** am I saying?
I played it, but then, you know, they put out the Switch, and it was like, oh, well.
I can't put it down.
So these are regular Wii remotes, right? It's probably in the DS.
What?
This doesn't have the game in it.
Disney.
So the Wii U bundle was a little bit too overpriced, but it's nice to see that everywhere we go, we can actually find something. It's like we traveled back in time.
Apparently I need cliff notes. Cliff notes on mythology.
That's pretty neat. Mythology. Right.
Yeah, that is a cool one too. Uh-oh, Paw Patrol. Guys, so we are done with the garage sales for today. We were able to give out my phone number for some N64 stuff for later today. So fingers crossed, dude. What did you get?
Something a little untraditional.
Dweebs, Geeks, and Weirdos. So
never played this game. Came out in '88. Just figured we're gonna have a little family game night tonight. Because
for $1, you can't.
We all fall into one or many of these categories.
I think all three, actually.
Yeah. And then
What
again,
else do you
something
get?
I don't usually pick up: literature.
Okay. 2001
was obsessed with this for a while in high school, all because I didn't understand it. And then some cliff notes for those book reports that I failed to turn in on time.
That's it.
Again, some Gatsby was another great American novel of mine that I enjoyed. One of the few books I've read.
That's
Odyssey, because
awesome.
I'm Greek. Brave New World.
And how much were those?
$2.
$2. That's a steal.
Not even gonna haggle, man. She doesn't know what she had.
Nope, she didn't. She didn't. So we're gonna go back to the NARC layer, and we're gonna do a little game draft. Is that what we're gonna do?
Ooh, yeah. This is gonna get ugly.
So
we're all gonna stop smiling.
It's gonna get real serious real quick.
So now we're over here in Craig's NARC's nerd lair, and we're doing a draft of all the stuff we found at the garage sales.
So, the draft. So after finding all this stuff, even though I did most of the work, we decided to be fair and hold a draft.
Craig's here, so we're gonna take a look at this stuff.
Hey guys, so we are here, and this is the Great Draft of 2019. So the Great Garage Sale Draft of 2019. So we got a bunch of stuff. Let me give you a little closer look. All right, so we got this NES system, the Zapper, N64, tons of cartage, and Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, lots of N64 games. What is it, like 17 or something like that? Yeah. Sega Genesis version 2 with those games over there, and some Batman figures. Some, what are they, the Barbies? Yep, there's Adam West and Selena Kyle. Bam. And I think Greco is going to go first. He's kind of looking around. He's playing the field. It's, you know, wondering what he's going to pick. What do you think he's going to get at? What do you think?
What do I think Greco's gonna get?
Yeah.
He's gonna grab all the stuff I want and then be like,
Yeah, what's gonna make you cry on camera? I think that's what I'm gonna go for. Now I got first pick because without me asking the questions, none of this would have happened. So I decided to stick to my toy roots and hang on to the Batman.
Was it going to be Greco?
So
what's it going to be?
At this point, the decision for me is either between a game or a Batman figure.
Sure.
Now,
Okay.
obviously, I'm traveling.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to grab a game. Before the draft, we thought, hey, if there was anything in this pile that somebody was really gunning for or had some sentimental value, that we would kind of pick and choose that way first, and then whatever was left over, we would have a round robin draft.
We are drafting right now. I already got the Majora's Mask with the hologram label. Got the Zapper thing, the gray Zapper, because in Belgium I only see the one with the orange. It's going slow, but feeling good. feeling good about it. Feeling good about it. Greco already got away with an N64 because he's gonna be rekindling with his childhood.
And hard driving.
Hard driving.
Your thoughts on the draft?
So my thoughts on the draft, I totally got screwed. Like, I ended up with junk. Sega Genesis, a Nintendo console, and an N64. Like, where's the games?
Now, in hindsight, admittedly, I do have some regrets about the video game portion of this draft. Because not only did I make the wrong choices in terms of picking the best value at my selections by bypassing on Hydro Thunder, which is kind of like the dark horse in this draft, but also a ripped up copy of Mario Kart. Because even though the label was a mess, it still had more value than some of the games that I chose to take.
I actually ended up picking up the Hydro Thunder everybody's talking about, but I didn't know the game was worth that much. Alright guys, we finished the draft. I got all this stuff right here. Yeah, picked up
some things to just trade with over at the shows we're gonna go to, the stores we're gonna hit up next, and yeah, pretty happy, pretty glad. Thanks for being so kind during the draft, guys.
So we were waiting around for a bit, but all of a sudden a image got sent to my phone, and it is a crispy N64 with Mario Kart and 2 N64 controllers.
What you got?
Whole lot of Nintendo.
Nintendo?
It's Nintendo.
It's got to be worth at least $200 right there.
$200.
Tell you what.
Look at that son of a Bammo. Yep.
Great.
Yeah.
Expansion pack?
Yeah.
Oh, moment of truth.
Womp womp womp.
Still good though.
Awesome.
So honestly, I thought that this was really one of the highlights of my entire trip to Texas, because not only was it one of our first experiences together, but we really hit the nail in all the bullet points of what hunting and hunting together is really all about. I mean, we got out there in the wild. This wasn't a convention. This wasn't a staged event. This is something that wasn't out in the forefront that kind of smashed us in the face. We had to dig for this. We had to hunt. We had to uncover this mystery. And we did it together.
So really the garage sale experience was a success. That usually never happens, especially around here. I mean, you have to be out there hitting these sales like every freaking weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, anytime there's a sale, you have to hit it. And you have to ask the question, what's in the attic? You got any games? You got any toys? What you got? But this time we came out plentiful, and it was freaking amazing. And I'm glad that Greco and Ed was here and to bask in all the vintage glory.
And it was just a great shared experience that is really what you hope for when you get together with, strangers from the internet.
Let me tell you, I totally love my first USA garage sale experience. My first day in Texas was amazing. Meeting out with NARC, meeting up with Greco, fabulous, and hanging out. We still have a couple days left over here in DFW because we're going to be on the Retropalooza panel.
So I don't know if I have any words of wisdom when it comes to attic hunting, even though I am a self-proclaimed attic invader. But any chance you get to kind of do the digging for the person and kind of stop them from just dragging random boxes down is probably something you want to pursue. Because, number one, if they're elderly, you feel bad that they're just going to